Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's your guy Cold Fire, and today I am trying to do some country music classic video reactions. I've had quite a few requests for some country music. So I am going to be trying to find some of the live versions. Now we're going with Kitty Wells, and she was the first and only country music female singer, I think, from I'll look it up at the end, but she is considered the original queen of country. However, most of her songs were done with her husband or either other. She was more duet than solo. She had a massive hit with "It Wasn't God Who Made Honky Tonk Angels," and she pretty much stayed. She was the only female country singer there was, so there was really nothing to be worried about. So let's get into this. This is a live performance, and it looks like it was remastered, which is good. I like it when they remaster the songs. I also like looking at the black and white ones and then comparing them, guessing what colors they had on. And when you see this, it's like, how do they know? It's so weird. But anyways, Kitty Wells, the first female country singer. Without further ado, let's see what Making Believe live on the Country Show 1955 high definition.
Friends, it's always a pleasure to introduce this next young lady. She's no stranger to you at all. I know you're bound to have lots of her fine deck recordings out there at the house, the way they're selling. So let's make welcome, what do you say, the #1 girl country singer, Miss Kitty Wells. Let's do it.
Making believe that you never loved me, it's leaving me alone and so blue. But I'll always dream till I'll never own you. Making believe, it's all I can do. Can't hold you close when you're not with me. You're somebody's love. You'll never be mine. Making believe I'll spend my lifetime loving you. Making believe. Making believe that I never lost you, but my happy hours I find are so few. My plans for the future will never come true. Making believe, what else can I do? Can't hold you close when you're not with me. You're somebody's love. You'll never be mine. Making believe I'll spend my lifetime loving you. Making believe.
Kitty, that was fine.
Friends, it's always a
Anyways, let me get back to her. A better picture. Okay. Yes, that was the remarkable Kitty Wells, and of course he introduced her as the #1 country female singer, but she was exceptional, of course. But there were no other female country singers. The now she was the very no, she wasn't. I believe I have it on my channel here, but I reacted to her, and a lot of people do not realize. But Patsy Montana, she wasn't really a country singer. She did star in a lot of Western television shows. And she was the first female singer to sell 1 million copies of her song, I Want to Be a Cowboy's Sweetheart. Give a little bit of background. Ruby Rose Blevins. She was born on October 30th, 1908. She passed away on May 3rd, 1996. Wow. She was close to 100 years old when she passed away. Known professionally as Patsy Montana, was an American country and western singer and songwriter. Montana was the first female country performer to have a million-selling single with her signature song, I Want to Be a Cowboy Sweetheart, and is a member of the Country Music Hall of Fame. I got that right. So, I did react to her a while back. Here's a picture of her. Okay. But it says Ellen Muriel Deason, August 30th, 1919, and she passed away July 16th of 2012. Now, I remember listening to Kitty Wells when my grandmother would play her on. My grandmother had this very old Victrola record player, and she had just tons of records, and her favorite singer was Kitty Wells. And I remember my grandmother lived to be 109, I believe. I can't remember. My grandfather and my grandmother on my mother's side, they lived to be in their 100 or in their hundreds. I mean, and they smoked like a chimney and drank coffee and ate instant grits and hot dogs. That's, I guess the harder you live, the longer you live. I have no idea. Because that live hard, die young. I don't know. But anyway, she was an American pioneer and female country music singer. She broke down a barrier for women in country music with her 1952 hit, It Wasn't God Who Made Honky Tonk Angels, which also made her the first female country singer to top the U.S. country charts and turned her into the first female country superstar. Okay, It Wasn't God Who Made Honky Tonk Angels. I'm just trying to find out the date real quick it came out. Well, it says she died in Madison, Tennessee for complications from a stroke at 92 years old. Wow. Right here. 1952. It Wasn't God Who Made Honky Tonk Angels reached #1 on the U.S. country charts. Number 27 on the U.S. charts. This was what I was explaining when I was doing Patsy Cline. Back in these days, in the 50s and 60s, I believe they stopped in the 70s. But up until probably the mid-60s, they started getting rid of it. But the country music had their own Billboard separated charts. Then they had the US Billboard charts. That's another question to be answered by somebody. I don't know. I will probably research it and find out. But it did reach number 1. And she had a lot of top 10 records. I mean, but you have to give it. You have to look at it kind of like with the devil's advocate look, in a way, because there was no competition from her doing from 1952 to 1965. Okay, that's when she stopped performing, I guess, her singles. But yeah, like number 6, number 8, number 9, number 8. All of her songs were all top 10 hits. And I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just stating that it was probably because she was the only female country singer other than Patsy Montana. But like it said in there, she only had one song that was a massive hit. And I remember reacting to the video. And it was just basically, she was known, I think, a little bit for the little yellow, like the Cowboys do. But yeah, I will be reacting to more Kitty Wells songs, as well as more country music songs. And let's see. It says first solo female artist to have a number 1 record on the charts. Sell 1 million records. Headline a major tour. A television variety show. Voted top country female artist for 14 consecutive years. Holds the record for single at number 2, Making Believe, that we just reacted to, for 15 weeks. I didn't know that was her song. I thought it was a guy singer that sang that. Now, I know that she was with the Decca Records. It's saying in here that that she did very well in Canada for some reason. Was she Canadian? It doesn't really, give me any of that information. But yeah, I did not know that she also had the Jordanaires as her backup vocalist on Heartbreak USA. That's something very important to know. But yeah, that was a really good song by Miss Kitty Wells. Right there. The very first female country singer. What I'm going to try to do, to the best of my work, is I want to try to start out with the queens of country music, unless any of my subscribers want me to kind of like, if there's a male country artist that you want me to kind of like react to as well. I've always had appreciation for female singers. I don't know. There's just, it's something about women actresses, women singers, women artists. It's just, I guess because from my point of view, it was a lot harder for them, especially back then, when especially country music was a male-dominated field. But that was Miss Kitty Wells, Making Believe, live on the Country Show, 1955. I want to hear from you, and guys out there, tell me what you think about Miss Kitty Wells, and if there's another song that you would like for me to react to by her, please feel free. And until my next video reaction, I love you from here in the US to wherever you are in the world. I love you. Stay safe out there. Be kind to one another. And please, just show some compassion. That's what this world really needs. Love you. Bye-bye.